你好. This is a quick video on how we can actually use Pleco flashcards to help our learning. Go to the three lines in the top left corner. Go to New Test. So this is if you have flashcards enabled, if you have them installed within your Pleco, then click New Test. And then you need to choose the profile. That's which cards it will show you. Spaced repetition and weighted are fairly advanced. It's a bit more complex, but very, very effective as well. So if you like techie things or you're into your learning methods, then have a good look at those. For many of us, simple will do the job. Then maximum number of cards you can choose. Card categories means which folder do you want to test yourself on. So I'll test myself on this MAP folder. And then you've got test type. So there are various kinds of tests. For example, tone practice, you'll actually have to recall the tone. It'll show you the character without the sound, I think, and you'll have to remember the tone. I think commonly a good choice is just self-graded, and that's what we'll choose for now. But have a play around by yourselves. And then you've got what it will show you. We'll go for receptive recall. We will receive the Chinese, the character and the pronunciation, and just recall the English. Later on, you might want to do productive recall. So if I click definition now, it will show us the English, and we then have to produce the Chinese, remember the Chinese. That's called productive recall, and that's more challenging. So we'll have an easier level of challenge, start with receptive recall, and it will show us characters and pronunciation. So build up from an easier level of challenge to a higher level of challenge. That's a logical way of doing your review and learning. And then you've got your test settings, card filters, and various other buttons down here. But I would say perhaps the most important things are what we've already done. The profile, max number of cards, card categories, test type, and what to show you. And once you've got those set up, you're ready to begin your test. So, 塞翁失马，焉知非福. So this means a blessing in disguise, or keep an open mind. Let's have a look if I got it right. So there are various ways we could translate this, but a blessing in disguise, so okay, let's mark that as correct. If you mark that as correct, then Pleco will remember. So Pleco will remember your score for every single character or word, which is very useful, because if you use spaced repetition or weighted later on within how the test is set up, then it will focus your learning on the words and the characters which you need more practice with, if that makes sense. 辛苦. So this means arduous. Okay, got that right. 古老, ancient, and so on. Now let's say 同意. So this means agree, but let's say I think it means something else, so I got it wrong, then you mark incorrect. And you just keep going. So there are other things you can do here, but those are really optional. And now let's see how we can actually exit the test. So top left corner, the three parallel lines, and then let's say you want to do a new test. You just click new test, choose another category, another folder, or you can just choose what you want to do next. Maybe go back to the dictionary and so on. 好, I hope that's 有用, useful. 好，祝好。